my...
No! It's not even Pokemon! Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Blabbermouth Pokemon Edition. As you can see from the background, if you're not familiar, Blabbermouth is a series where I talk about anything and everything in between on my channel, whether it be on Reddit or YouTube or TikTok, or again, talking about anything and everything in between. So, and like I mentioned, today is a Pokemon edition because one of the biggest topics in the Pokemon TCG world today is, of course, Logan Paul buying a booster case of first edition base set, basically the holy grail of Pokemon cards, and they happen to be fake. So, we're gonna react to his video on his YouTube channel, and at the end of it, I'll give you guys my own personal thoughts and honest opinions on the matter. So before we get started, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help a lot. A big percentage of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel yet. Hi, how you doing? So if you haven't yet, leave a like on this video if you like this type of content. That's what the like button's for, and I hope you consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help a lot. Please and thank you. Alright, let's jump right into it. So I'm actually recording this on the day that Logan Paul released the video, so it's pretty fresh. I haven't watched it yet because I knew that I wanted to make a reaction video to it. So this has been talked about in the Pokemon community for a while now. Of course, it caught a lot of people's attention, not only because it was $3.5 million, but it was the only sealed booster case of the base set Pokemon cards in existence, and of course Logan Paul had it. A lot more people had eyes on it, and a lot of people were actually talking about this booster case being fake way before Logan Paul even knew it himself. So I personally watched Rattled Pokemon's video. I definitely recommend that you guys watch his video if you guys want to know more about the booster box itself, the actual history of who bought it, where it came from, how Logan Paul got it, and again, the tell signs of why people are thinking that this box is fake. So, I was actually joking around with a lot of people in the Pokemon card community of the possibilities of what this box can be. Maybe it's a possibility that there are first edition boxes in it, they just resealed it, so it's not technically a sealed case. Maybe it's base set unlimited boxes, or worst case scenario, which I also kind of joked about, but now seems to be a big possibility. It's just a bunch of rocks or trash in a box that somehow they were able to seal and sell for $3.5 million. So at the end of the day though, there was really only one way to find out if it was real or fake, and it was to open the booster box. So I believe that Logan Paul did it in this video. That's the only way that he found out that it was fake, unless they identified it from the outside and decided not to open it, which I highly doubt. So enough babbling, let's jump right into the video.
So yeah, we're in Chicago. You see
All right,
the title of the
product
video.
placement.
This story's crazy, and this sucks. And I'm out $3.5 million, so make sure to go get some Prime, because every dollar goes right back into my pocket.
I mean, sad and funny, I guess? I don't know. So off the bat, he's already telling us that the cards are fake.
All right, here we go. Is it in here? The whole thing is in here? We're sitting in the
There it is.
of 11 first edition base set Pokemon boxes.
So that's his own collection that he brought, I
This
believe.
photo to Twitter. Just dropped $3.5 million on the sealed and authenticated box of first edition Pokemon cards.
This was the most anybody had ever
Okay,
spent
J-Love.
on Pokemon cards ever.
I'm gonna tell you why.
There he is. That's Rattled Pokemon. Definitely watch his video if you want to know, like, the tell signs again of how they found out that it was fake.
Case, the contents, or the authentication.
There's enough sketchy stuff going on about the origin of this box.
There.
Logan Paul may have spent the $3.5 million on fake Pokemon cards.
This news has now reached Logan Paul, and it seems like he's taking this very seriously. He's going to fly to Chicago and sit down with BBCE to verify the validity of this box.
What's BBCE? Baseball Card Exchange. Oh, okay. Wait, so they're not even Pokemon card collectors? They're baseball card collectors? Logan Paul didn't realize that it's not from a Pokemon card collector, and they authenticated it from a baseball card exchange. All right.
Nope. Well, about that, yes. From looking at it, there's nothing suspicious about the outside of the case.
Quick context, this is Matt. He's one of the biggest sports card collectors in the world, and he bought the Pokemon case for $2.7 million. He then sold
Holy
it to me
crap.
for $3.5 million, but he's become a close friend, and I could trust that he'd refund me if things went wrong.
Will he though? I hope so. I mean, if he is your friend, at least we kind of know that he's not willing to run away. Well, he's there, like, in person, so it's not exactly a scam. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt that he didn't know himself that it was fake.
If we crack open that case tonight, and inside are just a bunch of... What do you do?
But we know it's not because we went through a security check in Philly. We just happened to go in a government building.
We know it's not...
We know it's not... The reason why I was...
Just in case you're wondering what they were saying, it's...
was because the person who brought it to me, he had so many inconsistencies in the stories. It was like 3-4 different stories. That was my issue.
The guys from BBCE who authenticated it are here to basically stamp their authentication.
If this is fake, we're all in trouble because it looks so good. There's first edition packs in there. We're gold. The case value of this is gonna double, triple.
It will legitimately be verifiably 100% the only sealed case in the world that is 100% real.
Ooh.
You're from BBC.
But it's not.
You're the owner of BBC, and you authenticated this.
Yes, me and Michael are going to go over when it came to my office that day, what I looked for. And then we're going to speak back and forth about.
But why a baseball card? Well, I guess it was the baseball card person, the first guy that they showed. It was his way of putting his eggs in different baskets, I believe. So instead of just doing just baseball cards, he saw that there was a boom in Pokemon cards. I guess I can't blame him for that, but the fact that he didn't know how to fact check the people who he's buying from, especially when he spent $2.7 million, or maybe he just Googled the person and not had a proper background check on this specific guy that they originally bought from.
Seal. If it's good, it's worth a lot more than the $325 now.
In this case,
I hope it's real.
Back in March of this year, this case came into my office. They asked for my opinion if the outside of this case had been tampered with, played with, reproduced in any way. You can see in this piece of seal that was put on there by Wizards of the Coast that this tape is aged onto this case. This label too, the same embedded lines of the cardboard from age are in that label.
There's no evidence of tampering.
One edge would look different.
In any way, shape, or form.
I did my diligence just like I do for a sports case.
Just to spoil a little bit of Rattled Pokemon's video on how he knew that it was fake, easiest thing for them to know was that the barcode didn't match a first edition base set's barcode. Basically, didn't exist at all. So just from that fact, just from seeing that, even if it was sealed, you could say that it was sealed for a long time, for sure, but that was definitely not a Wizards of the Coast seal to say.
yeah. Alright, I like where that's going though.
Started early.
I mean, come on, guys.
And these guys aren't from Wizards of the Coast, so how are they supposed to know? So wait, if they open a seal, that doesn't count. Like, what if it was real?
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. Mother. Wait, hold on. Okay, that's a good sign. What?
Why are they so puffy? Why are they so puffy though? See how the shape all?
They don't look right.
They don't look right.
They don't look right.
See how the
Oh no!
They don't look right. Okay, let's get it going.
For a split second, I was like, oh crap, they're real. But then, if you open the box, then it's not sealed anymore. So does that take away from the value? Does that mean it's not worth $3.5 million anymore? Of course, in mind, we know that's fake. I thought it was gonna be clickbait for a second.
Oh no! What? Oh no! Why is it bending like that? Why is it bending like that? What's inside?
Oh no!
It's fake, bro. It's fake. Hold on. Oh, yeah, right?
Here we go. Put in your bets. What if it's not just rocks, right? But there's something in there. Apparently. What's in the box? What's the cue Brad Pitt?
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
God, oh my.
No!
G.I. Joe? G.I. Joe?
No!
G.I. Joe! It could have been anything.
It's not even Pokemon! Oh my god! G.I. Joe had cards? Oh my god! Wow!
We all got duped. Agreed?
Agreed. We all got duped when really it's technically his fault for authenticating a fake box, which he probably had no idea how to authenticate it because he only did baseball cards. Just from that fact, did no one ask any questions? Oh my god. And and it's G.I. Joe.
It's fraud in the entire history of Pokemon. So
This tape on top is just embedded into the cardboard.
I don't know if Jacob removes. That's incredible.
Jacob,
The process that goes
you're
into
screwed, Jacob.
never purchase this if it wasn't BBC rap. We only buy it because of that. But because of that, I felt confident it was legit. It was good.
G.I. Joe, that's the worst part.
So clearly enough, bottom line, even Logan Paul, from Logan Paul to the bald guy, I'm sorry I forgot your name already, to the people at the baseball card exchange, no one did the research. No one knew the assignment. That sucks.
I'm a super positive person, bro. And I'll always be the one to look at the bright side. And I'm trying, but this is very hard. It's just so sad for all parties involved. It's sad for the Pokemon community, like how many fraudulent things are out there.
Uh-huh.
I'm grateful for the things that I have that are real now. I'm literally like, I'm picturing my Charizard in my head. Oh my god, holy like something real. Something worth a lot of money.
I'm just imagining the Woody Harrelson clip of him crying, wiping his face with money, but it's the Beckett 10 base hit Charizard. He's just wiping his tears away. That's so stupid.
Is real. Damn, bro, I just went from 11 first edition boxes.
Poor Logan! I just went from 11 to 5 sealed base set first edition booster box. Shut up, Logan! Oh my god, I wish I had that problem. I wish I had those problems. Alright, so in a world where the booster case is real, right? So he bought it for 3.5 million divided by, because there's 6 booster boxes in a case, 583,000 for a booster box, where originally he bought his first ever first edition booster box, which, you know, the one that broke the internet basically and kind of skyrocketed Pokemon. He bought it for, I believe, $250,000. So technically he's already more than doubled the value of his booster boxes in a world where this booster case was real. But let's say that's the value, or that's how much people are willing to buy a booster box, right? He said he has 5 of them. Oh, boo-hoo, Logan, you only have $2.9 million worth of Pokemon cards with you. Oh my god, this guy has too much money on his hands. And yes, I'll admit it, I'm jealous. I'll be the first to admit it. I can only imagine even just having a booster pack of first edition base set in my hand. And he has 5 booster boxes that are sealed. And I know I'm being insensitive, I'm just joking around. I know that it sucks for the fact that he could have been the only one to have it in the world, and it comes out to be fake, especially when he most likely worked so hard for that. He probably used his Mayweather money on it. I still feel for the guy, of course, contrary to how a lot of people feel or think about him.
We got it. End of story.
Fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe.
No.
G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is
Good ending, good ending. How do I feel about that? Like I mentioned, I feel for the guy. It sucks that they were fake, but at the same time, I think he's gonna be alright. He's the literal epitome of the Woody Harrelson clip, except he's wiping it with all of these first edition booster cases and his Beckett Charizard. As you can see from the title, that I just thought of now because I just watched the video. It's kind of good for Logan in a sense, because number one, of course, he is getting his money back, I hope, and more. Everyone's heard the saying, any publicity is good publicity. So first of all, not only is he getting AdSense from, you know, the video itself, which at the time of recording is the #1 trending on YouTube. More views means more AdSense, although I doubt that he's gonna get his 3.5 million just from the AdSense. He's still getting his money back. He has it on camera that the guy that he bought it from will return the money. I'm sure it's gonna be a long, complicated process of people getting their money back or finding people accountable. And even in the video, you kind of see that he wasn't exactly worried about losing $3.5 million. He was more sad about the fact that he had less Pokemon cards than what he started with. But because of all this publicity, because of all this attention, I wouldn't be surprised if there was someone already in his DMs or someone trying to connect with Logan, like giving him offers on, hey, I saw your video, maybe you'd want to buy this sealed booster case from me or this sealed booster box from me, I doubt that it would be a first edition base set sealed case, but there are going to be a ton of people knocking on Logan Paul's door because they know how much he wants to spend. He knows how much he wants to collect. So I guess personally for me, as someone from the outside looking in, at the end of the day, he didn't really lose much other than the fact that he can't have ownership of the fact that he was the only person in the world to have an original sealed Pokemon base set first edition booster case. But I guess now the title is him being duped out of $3.5 million for a box of G.I. Joe cards. You know what he should do? Have a box break for those G.I. Joe cards. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't, or if he did. Even from those booster boxes, he could probably like get it sealed, because when he had his first edition box break, when you had it graded at like PSA, it came back with the title Logan Paul box break. So now that he has G.I. Joe cards, maybe the title can be like from fake first edition Logan Paul box break or something like that. I don't know. So again, I personally don't have anything against the guy. It still sucks for the fact that it was fake, but at the end of the day, I think he's gonna be alright. Obviously, he's gonna be alright. As for us regular folk down here back on Earth, this is probably gonna be a double-edged sword for us. Because again, any publicity is good for us as well. The attention that Logan Paul once again has brought to the Pokemon community is gonna bring in new collectors, new people interested in the hobby, new investors, quote unquote, to bring more attention to the hobby, to bring more people who are interested in purchasing products from the hobby, not only for the vintage sets, but also the modern sets coming out. Because I personally believe that some of these sets, although won't be as much of a grail as the base set, still will hold value in the future. Higher demand for the product means more sales for Pokemon, which means they have to raise the stocks to meet the demand for these Pokemon cards, hence the products being more readily available, just like we've seen for the recent sets like Celebrations or even all the way up to Battle Styles. So I think that's more of a win in our book for that double-edged sword. But for people like me who are trying to collect vintage sets or even modern vintage sets such as XY Evolutions, Cosmic Eclipse, sets that aren't being reprinted anymore or probably won't be reprinted anytime soon, those of course, like the base set, since there aren't any stock available, the demand is going to go higher, hence the price being higher, which kind of sucks because this year was supposed to be my year of trying to collect those vintage sets that I really wanted, but for less selfish reasons. Kind of like Logan, I like to look at the brighter side of things. So yeah, to wrap up the video, it's going to be interesting to see what happens after the fact, where the money trail leads to, like who's getting refunded. That'll be really interesting to see. And moral of the story is, check your facts, check your fact checks, fact check your fact checks, checking facts with the fact, I don't know. Yeah, I guess good video. Sorry that you spent $3.5 million on G.I. Joe cards. Imagine an alternate reality where Logan Paul is opening up a base set of G.I. Joe cards and he's sad to see first edition base set cards in his G.I. Joe box. I guess it's not too far off because it's all just pretty cardboard at the end of the day, but who knows? And that is it for this video, guys. What are your thoughts on the video? What are your thoughts on Logan Paul's fake box? What would you do in this situation? Leave a comment down below. I love conversing with you guys there. Follow me on Instagram at @LBPeralta. I'm a bit more personal there. I post stories almost every day, and I post when I have a new YouTube video out here on my YouTube channel, so that's one way to get notified, other than, of course, subscribing. Guys, it really does help a lot. And check out my other videos on this channel. As the banner says, I have anything and everything in between on there. And that is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the see ya. Bye, guys.
We'll be right back.